Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast series of My Journey of Resilience. The title of our session today is AOF, and it stands for Assumptions, Opinion, and Fact. So, today I would like to share with you a method that I used many years ago when I was caught up into these three, having very little realization that the mess I was creating because I lack a proper distinction between AOF. This AOF stands for Assumption, Opinion, Fact. And many years ago into my work life, there came a time where I was hell bent to add more credentials to my already existing profile where I had completed my MBA, I had good work experience, I was a compensation expert with a lot of technology courses and on the job training. But then there was a wave where I was part of certain projects. And these projects, when I came across people who had worked on their credentials and had were part of various side projects. And there were people who have qualified PMP, which was project management professional certifications. Then there were other certifications available in SHRM, SCP, which is Society of Human Resources Management of USA. And SCP stands for Senior Certified Professional. And there were a lot more. So I suddenly was overcome by a thought that I should, so pay attention to this should, also do all these certifications because so here I was using this AOF. I assume, assumption is where you accept truth without question or take it for granted, which means just an assumption. So I assume that by these credentials, I will be equally uh, very successful and immediately might just get a hit or some kind of success that I was in dire need of because I was going through a very rough patch in my career span. So I assumed that I should also go for these credentials. And I also was of the is where we value or a judgment, not necessarily based on fact. And exactly it was the case with me, where I was of the opinion the more PMP, SHRM, SCP, CLC, all sorts of abbreviations I would have beneath my name is what will automatically going to make me very successful, or so to say, the most sought after candidate. What I really missed here was the F, the fact, something that really exists. So there were facts missing in my assumptions and in my opinion. And I dedicated a one complete year in studying and cracking all these certifications. And fortunately, I was able to do all of that with a lot of investment of money into it. But then, despite of this, when I had to struggle for another 2 years to really find that job opportunity which was in alignment to my own desire for a role and job was completely not really anything to do with these credentials. So I was getting job offer. It was not like that, but nothing really was in alignment to what I wanted to do. And there came a point I was living in so much stress and anxiety and overwhelm because not just because of the money that has gone and the time that was passing by and the lack of any opportunity coming my way. This AOF taught me merely on assumptions and opinions when I chose or made some decisions. The consequences of it were far fetched. So, if you, like me, are a bit of into your work experience and perhaps have an idea which you are toying with, but you either are toying with or maybe even kind of working through it, however you find no success, you feel you've given your 100% and you still feel extremely disappointed with the way things are moving in your career, then my friend, I would ask you to use this very simple AOF tool, which is list down what assumptions you hold about doing this. It can be a technical course, it can be further education if you want to take up, or from any of these B schools or Harvard or any other online academies, or going for your PhD or for any other credentials. Or even if it's not a credential, otherwise, to just write what the problem is and then check from your problem statement what assumptions. It's assumptions here, I repeat, is are accepted as truth without question. So, what assumptions you're holding about this particular issue? Then, next to it, write down what opinion, the value or judgment you hold about this particular statement. When you would write your assumptions and your opinions, finally, in the end, write the facts here, something that really exists. So when you, from the issue, pull out the assumption to one side, the opinions, and your fact to another, you will find that there is so much clarity and insights of what really is that you're looking for. When I wrote down this and I did this work many years ago, and after which, through this simple tool of assumptions, my list of assumption itself gave me a lot of insight as to what was I doing, assuming about this. And when I compared that to the facts, I found all the answers that always ran in my head and kept me confused, stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. So go for it, friends. Do the simple filter of AOF, assumption, opinion, and facts. Write your own statement, read your own assumptions, opinions, and facts, and you will be surprised as the magic unfolds. Well, that's all for today. See you again for another story, another step forward. Until next time, keep building your resilience, one day at a time.